Presbyterian Church, and I'm going to share with you some ways to put to work what we learned about in the sermon this past Sunday. My text was Psalm 78, verses 1 through 7, and there were basically two main things that were emphasized in that psalm. One was that the Israelites were to keep the commandments and teach them to their children, and the other was that God urged them to speak of the mighty and wondrous works of God to their children so that they would set their hope in the Lord. Now, I focused most of my time in the sermon on the fact that while we're supposed to keep the commandments, there's one commandment in particular that's kind of become a forgotten commandment. We really aren't good anymore as individuals or as a culture in keeping a Sabbath. And out of all the commandments that we were given, the Sabbath is actually the largest one in the Ten Commandments. A full third of the text of the Ten Commandments is God's command for us to have a Sabbath, which is one day a week where we rest and it is holy, meaning it's set apart for God. So here are three quick things to do if you're in need of a Sabbath, and I bet most of you are. As one of the kids said in the children's sermon, I said, when we don't get rest, what do we get? And they said, we get grumpy. And we don't need grumpy servants. So here are three quick things. Number one, pick a day that's going to be your Sabbath or your stop day where you'll rest and you'll keep it holy. It may be Sunday. That would be awesome if it is, but maybe your work schedule doesn't allow you to do it on Sunday. So pick a day that you can. Number two, I would encourage you to make three lists. A list of what is work to you, a list of what is rest to you, and a list of what would be holy activity to you. And by that I mean something that is time you set apart for God that helps you feel closer to God. For me, I love going sitting out in nature, and I like studying God's Word. So that might be something I would do on my Sabbath. Number three, make some preparation so that you can spend your time on your stop day on those activities that I just mentioned. So in other words, you might want to clean up your house some, run any chores you're going to have to do, maybe pre-cook a meal or set something aside that you can have the next day. So you don't have to put a whole lot of work into simple things like eating for the day. And then on that day, you're going to avoid what's on that work list, do some of the things that allow you to rest, and lastly, squeeze in some things or make time for things that are holy for you and draw you closer to God. So there you have it. That's your sermon application for this week. And if you've enjoyed this video, let me know, and maybe we'll start doing one of these each week around the sermon. Now, if you missed the sermon, you can listen to it at the link below, or come join us on any Sunday morning at First Presbyterian Church, Texarkana, 516 Pecan Street on the Arkansas side. We would love to have you for worship. We would be honored. Bye now, and I'll see you in the next video.